Alright, this is Handfeeding a clutch of 7 Gouldian chicks. And as you can see, I have the formula in a little shot glass inside of a coffee cup that's filled with hot water. And what I did is I usually put the coffee cup with a little water in it for about 1 minute in the microwave, and then just use regular tap water in the shot glass and put the shot glass inside the coffee cup after it is done in the microwave and mix the formula within the coffee cup. This makes it so the temperature in the shot glass stays pretty constant, and you can see I just pull it up in a little pipette, wipe the pipette off before I offer it to them, and then just tap the nest to get them to bag. And once they start bagging, you can see they'll just take the pipette into their mouth, and that's when you can put the formula. And once they get going, they'll really start asking for it and begging. And you want to make sure that you don't stuff them completely, because if you do this, this risks more problems with yeast infections in the crop, which can eventually cause the baby to die. So you want to make sure you're only offering enough so that after a few hours the formula passes. And here they go now, they're really asking for it, all of them at once. This little pink one in the front is about 3 days younger than the rest. It's a little yellow baby. There's a couple dilutes in here. Also, some normal backs that are all split for blue. And what happened was 6 of them hatched from the parents that are split for blue. And for whatever reason, the second day, they abandoned the clutch of babies. I went in and they were no longer sitting on the nest. So rather than lose these babies, which to me are very valuable, I attempted to put them with another pair that were having eggs hatched that same day. And they looked after them for about 5 days and then decided that they didn't want to take care of them either. And this could be for a variety of reasons, but both these pairs were first-time parents. And as most people who have ever tried to breed Gouldians know, they can sometimes be a little slow when it comes to learning parenting skills. So they're both set back up for breeding. I'll give them another shot. And if that doesn't work, then give them a break from this breeding season and let them try again next year. And you can see the yellow baby's eyes are just now starting to open up. If you can see that, I'm not sure. Now, another thing that you can do to prevent yeast infections in the crop is by adding a drop or two of apple cider vinegar to the formula. And this just helps make sure that bad bacteria doesn't build up, and also just in general aids in digestion. So it's actually really good to feed your adult birds as well. You can add about a drop to, I usually do about 8 ounces of water a drop or two to about 8 ounces of water and provide this to them about once or twice a week. This guy got a little on his head and he's upset about it. There we go. You want to make sure you feed them all equally too, because sometimes some will beg louder than the others, and the others just, for whatever reason, just won't beg, so you just encourage them. I try to feed the little one a little bit more, just because he's still growing a lot. And he's the one you hear, actually, screaming for food. You can also use just a regular 10cc syringe that doesn't obviously have a needle on it. The thing is that I have been having a hard time finding them for sale locally, and I didn't have the time to order them when this situation came up. All I had were this 1 milliliter or 10 milliliter pipettes, or whatever these are, about that big. Got these off of Bird Supply of New Hampshire. It's a great website. And now they're going to take a nap. This is usually the point at which I clean the nest. As you can see, they make quite a bit of a mess. And this is nothing compared to what it looks like when they wake up. But I just layer it with these tissues, Kleenex. And I put about 4 layers in there. That way it doesn't, because the poop is actually a lot moister than it would be if they were being fed by their parents, because this is a watery formula. So when they're fed by their parents, the poop comes out a little bit more solid. With this formula, it's a bit watery, so it seeps through, and you want to make sure that the towel does not get wet, otherwise it can chill them. So I'm going to clean this now, and thanks for watching.